Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. Jimmy Kimmel Lie. This is ridiculous. From his house.
Well, hi, everyone, and welcome to our continuing coverage of the longest and worst staycation of all time. I'm Jimmy Kimmel, coming to you tonight from my house again. This is our second night doing a real show with real cameras, and we got a lot of comments on YouTube that insisted I'm standing in front of a green screen, which I am not. And why would I be? Why would I set up a green screen in my house to make it look like I'm in my house? And trust me, if I did, there'd be a tiger in this house. Let me actually, if you want proof I'm not in front of a green screen, I'll give you proof. Here we go. I'm pretty sure that this is not something you can do on a green screen, but I'm sure somebody could figure it. I can't believe people are concentrating on that and not on how crazy my hair looks. My wife had to help me tame it today. You know, you can't get a haircut, you can't go out to eat, you can't run up to a stranger and lick their face anymore. It feels like we're living in the opening scene of a zombie movie. And yet, humanity is still happening. We've seen videos from Italy and all over the world of families isolated in their apartments, belting out songs from their balconies, playing instruments to lift their spirits and spirits of those around them. And nowhere have these fire escape artists been greeted with more enthusiasm than in New York City. And that was Mayor de Blasio. New York is the best. They're having a very tough time. Sadly, the death toll in New York City is over 900 now. The governor is asking doctors and nurses from other states to come and help. Last night, this is how they lit up the Empire State Building to honor emergency workers and represent the heartbeat of America, and also to scare the hell out of everyone. Pull over, the Empire State Building is flashing its lights. Here in LA, the mood is a bit less grim, partly thanks to a delightful elf named Jack. It's Kung Fu pandemic. See, that's the sort of thing we need right now. This is one of the ways they're fighting the virus in India. A policeman there, I don't know if he made this or where he got it, but he had a special helmet that looks like the coronavirus or a character that got cut from Star Wars. I don't know. But I tell you what, if that doesn't scare you off the streets, nothing will. Some business owners, sadly, have been trying to cash in on the demand for masks. This is an attempt that backfired in a big way. The owner of a Subway franchise in Canada, up in Calgary, was offering a special deal: free medical mask to protect you and your kids. Buy any 2 regular sandwiches, get 1 free medical mask. And of course, the community was outraged, and the company and the guy who owns the store apologized. Here's the thing, though. You don't need to offer me a mask. It's not necessary. The reason I'm buying the sandwich in the first place is so I can get the napkins for my bathroom. You want to sell turkey? Give the people toilet paper. Meanwhile, our government may be doing an about the face. The Center for Disease Control is discussing whether or not to recommend that we all wear masks in public, which would mean that after all this time, turns out Michael Jackson had the right idea. I mean, if he was alive today, he would be alive today. I'm okay with this. To be honest, there's something kind of fun about wearing a mask to the store. You're like a superhero whose only power is to buy up all the SpaghettiOs. And while the CDC figures out what we should do, the president doesn't sound so sure about this mask plan.
I saw his suggestion on that, so we'll take a look at it. For a period of time, not forever. I mean, you know, we want our country back. we're not going to be wearing masks forever, but it could be for a short period of time.
Right. He can't wear a mask. It would totally mess up the bronzer on his face. And not only isn't Trump enthusiastic about masks, after all this talk about being careful about washing your hands, avoiding saliva, droplets, etc., he still does a lot of touching of the White House community microphone.
Thank you. So we are in the midst of something. Yesterday I announced that we would be, I have to say what you're doing, because it's been, you look at Louisiana, and for a long time it was just, I hope it doesn't happen. I'd like to ask Seema to come up and say a few words. Great job. Thank you, Steve. But he's a friend of mine, and I do appreciate it. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
We just witnessed a battle between ignorance and germophobia, and germophobia got knocked out cold. Trump also had strong words for his least favorite reporter, Jim Acosta of CNN.
What do you say to Americans who are upset with you over the way you downplayed this crisis over the last couple of months? We have it very much under control in this country. We're doing a great job with it. It will go away.
It will go away, and we're going to have a great victory. And it's people like you and CNN that say things like that, it's why people just don't want to listen to CNN anymore. You could ask a normal question. The statements I made are, I want to keep the country calm. I don't want panic in the country. I could cause panic much better than even you. I would make you look like a minor league player.
That's great. That was our president boasting about his ability to terrify us. Don't worry, we know you're really good at that, okay? You don't have to brag. This kind of tells you all you need to know about how things are going at the White House. Trump showed off the new COVID-19 testing machine, and he had it upside down. This is the 61 Divock. COVID-19. It's also the way he's going to present his economic charts from here on. Look at this, straight up. This is inspiring, too. If ever there was a living testament to believing in yourself, it is this president who somehow, even in the middle of a devastating public health crisis, still manages to find time to pay tribute to himself.
We have done an incredible job. We are doing a great job. I think for the most part, they were saying thank you for doing a great job. We're doing an awfully good job. Myself and the administration are doing a good job. Great job.
I'm doing a good job. We're doing a great job.
We're doing a great job. I think we're doing a really good job. I think we're doing a really good job. People like the job that we're doing. We're doing a good job. I think we're doing a great job on as good a job as you could possibly do.
If only his dad had said that once to him, maybe things would be different. Speaking of great jobs, today was the first day of work for Donald Trump's new chief of staff, Mark Meadows, which, can you think of any worse first day of work than in the Trump administration in the middle of a pandemic? I would rather be the assistant manager at Popeyes the day those chicken sandwiches came out. Mark Meadows was a congressman from North Carolina. He's one of Trump's most enthusiastic suck-ups. In fact, the only reason he agreed to take the job as chief of staff is because he found out First Lady was taken already. Meadows will be Trump's fourth chief of staff in 3 years, and we all know what the president thinks about instability like that. 3 chief of staffs in less than 3 years of being president, part of the reason why Barack Obama can't manage to pass this agenda. But that was 2012. It was different. He really does have a tweet for everything. As the days go on, more well-known people have been confirmed to have coronavirus. Some in the media, a lot of reporters are working from home now, which can be difficult, especially when your dad's around.
Technology kills viruses in just one. What did you do, Mom? Dad, holy crap.
That could have been a lot worse. A lot worse. This morning, we got a big announcement from ABC, our network, that said there will be no Bachelor Summer Games this summer, which, whoa, this suddenly just got real for me. I don't know about you, but it's funny that The Bachelor waited an entire week after the real Olympics canceled to put the kibosh on the Bachelor Olympics. I guess they had no choice, but the truth is, Corona is only the 3rd most dangerous virus lurking in the Bachelor hot tub. Tomorrow, in case you didn't know, is April Fool's Day, and this one is very ripe because everyone is so on edge and we have nothing but time. So we came up with a few ideas, some simple ways to torment your loved ones. Write these down because you're going to be glad you did. Here are some midnight, last-minute April Fool's ideas for tomorrow. Now, this one, my daughter Katy came up with. She's been texting her friend. What you do is you text your friends, all of them individually, saying, hey, I'm outside your house. Answer the door. It's good. You could put a sex toy in an Amazon box and tell your mom a package came. You could cancel Netflix. Tell the family you did it so everyone could spend this time getting to know one another. You could set your Alexa to tell everyone to wash their hands every 4 minutes. You could start setting up for a party, and when someone asks what's going on, say, I invited some people over. They'll be here in a few minutes. You can wake your kids up early, tell them they're late for school. You could boil a roll of toilet paper. You could grab your coat and head for the door when somebody asks where you're going, say, to the movies. I'm hearing great things about Sonic the Hedgehog. And for those who have a baby monitor, this one's inspired by Mark Rober, who's been on our show a number of times. You can go to his YouTube channel and check out his pranks. He did something like this using the rear parking camera on his car. What you do is you print a scary photo, like this one, then position that photo in front of your baby monitor, assuming you have a baby. Once the baby falls asleep, you tell your spouse to turn the monitor on, and this is what you'll see. Bad news, honey. Our baby has rabies. And guess what? There's nothing your husband or wife can do. We're quarantined. You legally cannot get divorced right now. You know, we've all been trying to get through these days of isolation as best we can, but some of you are really going above and beyond to keep the rest of us entertained. And that being said, here is our quarantine killer of the night. I like that. That is very good stuff. Meanwhile, when I did that, they kicked me out of Home Depot.